All right, y'all, it's time. One Piece episode 1100 breakdown. This is where we go through, we slow it down, we pause it, we look for impact frames, all that different stuff. I would say this episode, watched it a few times already. One of my favorite episodes of all time. It's in my top 20, top 25. It's one of those for me. One Piece episodes, right? It's just one of those episodes that hits every beat, and we're gonna go through it today. And so sit back, let's enjoy it. Let's see what we can find. I'm sure there's some things that we're gonna miss, but we're gonna try to get everything in this episode. So let's get to it, I think off the rip with this title, it's like the tone of how they started. It's like they're not playing around. The fact that they have Gear 5 on the poster, I think that's just insanity. I would like to hear Shanks' thoughts though. I don't know why. I just thought about, what does Shanks think about this form? Akainu, man, stuck behind the desk. Do we know who these two guys are? These two vice admirals or two Marines? I don't want to call them vice admirals. We probably do. I just don't remember them. I would be terrified in front of Akainu too. I can't even lie. They have a powerhouse just sitting at a desk, bro. This is insane. That's like when Naruto used to file BB in the Hokage office, just all these documents. I'm like, bro, if y'all don't get somebody to do that shit, I think the separation here is part of the problem with the world government, where like the world government, they can essentially do what they want, and the Marines get in where they fit in because, well, they can't really say much to the world government and the Gorosei. So, yo, his neck is insane, bro. And he just threw a tat on there to say, yo, look at it. Damn, bro. He just stuck behind a desk smoking. Yo, he's so mad. He's using his powers just to take out cigars. That's the thing. This is interesting. They talk about a mission we've been working on for some time. So this is part of the plan, and Akainu did not know about this. So the world government, they've been working on this mission with Kizaru to go basically wrap up or whatever the mission is. And I mean, I know what the mission is because, you know, I I read the manga. Just in case somebody's watching this anime only. Whatever the mission is, and Akainu doesn't know about it. I like the new suit though. That's something we don't want to skip over. The suit is drippy. The suit is drippy. So this is the Kizaru we expect when he pulls up to Egghead. I like the suit. This is nice. This is nice. Akainu and Lucci, they had their running already. Come on, Akainu. We need more of Akainu, man. We do. This is where things get kind of crazy. We're just gonna like see if we see anything here. Any Easter eggs. First of all, Egghead is phenomenal and just beautiful as an environment, as a place. I just love looking at Egghead, bro. I do. Too late, Jinbei. Rob wants all the smoke. All the smoke. The Jinbei? Go ahead then. A lot of detail. Well, I mean, he got to defend himself, right? That danger sign behind Luffy should have told Lucci exactly what all there was to know. There's a danger sign behind him. Don't fight him, bro. I like how they did this as well, the back and forth. And the thing is, I'll mention it when we get there. They did this so well. Even Hattori knows when it's time to get out of there. He's like, all right, I'm out. Like whoa, look at the frames. Look at the frames, y'all. Look at the frame. Just Luffy taking off. Look at that impact. That's so subtle. He puts his hand up, then puts his hand behind it, or puts his hand in front of it. He's like, I need to do a little bit more to block this attack. Which I think Rob Lucci's always been. Rob Lucci versus Luffy is one of the more underrated fights. Not even this one, the one back then, even though it's the best fight in One Piece typically. There are moments where Lucci goes in for a Shigan, and Luffy uses his fingers to block it so that he doesn't get impaled. It's moments like that, and so I like that they're getting creative in the anime as well, because this is such a heavyweight bout. Even though some people doesn't think it is, narratively it is. Power scaling wise aside, narratively this is a big time matchup considering what happened in the past. Whoa, did y'all see this? Did y'all see this? Wow, this is the flashback of their clash. The impact frame. Shout out to Vincent Chanzard. When I spoke to him, he talked about like impact frames. Again, I'm not sure of the staff on it. People said Vincent was on it. I don't know if this is something Vincent did. I know people saying Vincent did Lucci's transformation. However, they said that impact frames is becoming more of a thing because more animators are just using them because they're there. It's like, why not use those moments to kind of tell more of a story? So beautiful stuff right there, man. They use that impact frame and you miss it in the moment, you miss it. But man, like, this is cool. The choreography in this episode was top tier as well. He pulls him down. He uses his weight against him, or his force against him, pulls him down to go in for a chop. Luffy, who's, I think as far as martial arts, there's not one specific, I guess, focus with him, but he's just an amazing fighter, bro. But I think Lucci with the chop, Luffy moves away. Rob Lucci follows it up with a stomp. Luffy, without even looking, jumps out of the way, sees his attack coming, and Rob Lucci is coming with the follow-up. Luffy is now on the back foot because he's not even looking at Lucci, bro. Right? That's the insane. He's not looking at him. It's all about a feel. And it's like he's trying to look down and see. It's like, okay, where is he coming? But it's like, all right, where is open? This is just instinct as a fighter. He's going to follow up. Let me jump. Yo, this is so good, y'all. Into a roundhouse? Dog, he comes. Luffy's so good. Luffy's so good, bro. And then he uses that as a counter. Rob had the advantage that entire time, and Luffy quickly turned the tides. And it's so heavy, even with Rob blocking it, Luffy comes back with another one. Again, he's doing a handstand doing this. The kicks are heavy, y'all. Heavy, bro. Now our moment. There's two goats going at it. Whoa, hold on. Tell y'all. Luffy, first off, Luffy is punching him where he's just barely, like every single punch, he's avoiding the index finger or the pointer. That's very, very neat detail. Very neat detail. Hold on. And Luffy grabs him and whoa. So Luffy does the thing that Lucci does to him earlier. Remember Lucci used his momentum against him? Luffy does the same thing. He pulls him down and tries to use his momentum against him. Lucci then does the same thing Luffy did to him. He turns the tides. Because last time Luffy, after the attack, right? Lucci had the advantage. He turned the tides and came from below with his kick. Lucci, after Luffy has the advantage to pull him down, he turns the tide and he comes from below as well. And again, the beauty about this is when Lucci was blocking Luffy's initial blitz, or his initial blitz, whatever, at the beginning, Lucci blocks it, then puts his hand in front of it. Luffy does the same thing here where it's like, all right, I need two to block this one. So they're both throwing haymakers, man. The exchange is so good. And of course, this is a throwback to Gear Second. That's obvious though. I think this was one of the coldest moments here where Rob Lucci just walks around. They just let the jacket fall off. Come on, dog. This is a sauce that we love. And again, these two have deep-rooted history. So Luffy said, okay, let's play these games. What I love about this moment is this is like Luffy trying to tap into Gear 5 or tapping into Gear 5. You know, this is peak right here. This is peak. This reminds me of also Whole Cake Island when Luffy unlocked Future Sight and he just stopped moving. So hold on. Let's see if there's anything cool that we miss in this scene. I think this is really well done because this is kind of the Looney Tunes, right? Like how the circles, I'm not sure if you guys can see it. It kind of looks like the Looney Tunes logo, right? And now here's the thing. There's a crazy part where how they're looking at this with the heartbeat and they focus on the Gomu Gomu no Mi. Does the devil fruit turn into your heart? You know, it's not like it's beating, but like, I wonder what Luffy's thinking. Is he envisioning it or this could be Japanese? I mean, more than likely it's Japanese kanji. What I like is just how more intense and more crazy it gets with the music. It just keeps going ballistic and the drum. It's just going out of control and almost like it takes over Luffy. Like the beat, he starts beating his chest. It's like it's consuming him. Look at how Luffy. Look at it. It's like Luffy's falling into the abyss. I love it so much, bro. I like how he gets like a literal buff and the hair turning white. I think that's amazing, bro. And the clothes turning white as well. That's crazy. And all the hockey, the sash, an amazing transformation here, guys. Just see if there's anything there. Yo, some of these shots are so beautiful, man. Look at it. Come on, look at this, man. Look at this. I like how it says danger, error. It's literal chaos with Gear 5. One of the best moments that I really loved was all the hockey just going around Rob Lucci. Boom, boom, boom. And Lucci's initial face, and then he's like, I like this. Like, because, dog, don't forget, Lucci's a demon too. He does this because he enjoys killing. It's a lot going on. So I can understand some people that are turned off by it, but it's so fun. I really love this moment as well, just because the transition. Jimmy knows about the Warrior of Liberation. I think this is something with Nika that's been passed around, and it's just a symbol of hope, especially with somebody like the Fishman, right? It's like a kid, and this is a scary part right here. I love that moment right there because it's like it's so subtle. Then he's like, oh shit. Then Luffy is on him. Then he's on him immediately. All the music goes out. The tone, they use the tone against it. That's what I loved about it. They used the tone against itself. Come on, bro. He went from whatever it was, this goofy Looney Tunes, to this? Nah, bro. Nah, that's different. That's different, dog. Did such a good job with this. Lucci's bouncing on the ground because of Luffy and his awakening affecting the area. If I would have liked a follow-up by Luffy, but I think it would have ended much sooner, so we would have gotten a lot of the cool stuff. But man, it's like a kid with ADD. Look at this, man. Look at this. Imagine seeing this on the battlefield. Luffy got bleached. It's funny coming from Usopp, and Robin's right there. Yeah, everybody knows of the legend, or not everybody, but a lot of the guys that are privy to the history. I like how they went to Vegapunk's hair first. That's definitely a direction. Now, this is one of the moments that I think the episode truly, it's so subtle. How he walks out, I think, is one of the more realistic iterations of animation that you see. Because the shrug, the eyes, the eyebrows, like something that talking to animators and learning more about how they view things. Sometimes the simple things is harder to animate because you have a baseline in real life where you understand how these things are supposed to work. So something simple like the hands, the hand motions, the eyes, how the face is supposed to work, it takes more time because now this is something that people understand how it works. So how this is done, look at the eyes, look at the eyebrows, look at the veins. It's so much emotion. The eyes are moving, the eyebrows, the scowl, the veins. It's animated so well, guys, and it's so subtle, but I think it's just wonderful. This is a masterpiece. The cracking of the knuckles. He has his own stance. Something as well. I just love how it feels like the beast is taking over him. Rob Lucci's so cool. Y'all see this? Y'all see this? Look what turns into his sash. It's like a leopard running throughout his body, turns into his hair. And he's like, I have my own cool transformation. Luffy, you're not the only one. He's like, you're not the only one. I can wreak havoc too. And Luffy's like, oh crap. Like, I think animators that do Gear 4 or Gear 5, they're having a blast. Shout out to the voice actor for Rob Lucci as well, because he understood the assignment. Because he came out and look at it. Look at it. They're like demons possessed. I think this added so much to the episode. And again, it's adding character to these transformations. So, this is fire. This is fire. Even a subtle like tongue coming out for even a slight moment. No, he didn't. Then he goes on all fours. This is just so well done, guys. Most of the time, it robs the user of their personality. Clearly, this is Rob Lucci on drugs. And guys, I don't know, like it's like a renaissance. I'm not gonna lie. It's the quality of animation that we're getting in a lot of these shows nowadays. It's so top tier that I think we're starting to take it for granted. I have so much respect for these animators nowadays, bro. I mean, animators, period. I think Lucci kind of gave away or telegraphed it a bit, but Luffy still was able to see it and dodge it. Come on, man. I saw this everywhere over social media. It's like, again, animators having fun, directors like go crazy. And he farted. I didn't even realize that. Or is that fart? Or did he just use it to propel himself? I don't know. Just a beautiful episode. I think they're showing just the destruction, the level of fighting. And I know people are going to discredit Rob Lucci because he got overwhelmed initially. This is Gear 5 Luffy. Rob is literally crashing out and Luffy is just having a good time. And that's the beauty about it as well, that Luffy, he can turn his surroundings and use it to propel himself. So like, boom. We bounce off the building, turn into a top, more momentum. That gives the attack even more velocity. Rob Lucci manages to evade all of this. Goes in for the hit. Luffy has to block. That's impressive. And then the follow-up. So he tries to bite him. Oh my God. Even in the midst of this frame, it's still hard to tell what's going on. So he tries to tackle him. They're like rolling around. Like, Looney Tunes when like two people get entangled. And they're rolling and they bounce up because of Luffy's awakening. And again, that's going to be one of the harder things to fight is Luffy turning everything into rubber. Man, this is beautiful, guys. This is amazing. The guy's Frankie. He's the hard eyes like, yo, the real one. So this is the thing. There's no Gomu Gomu no Mi in the old. And this is like for anime onlys, I'm sure they're losing their freaking minds. Like, what do you mean there's no Gomu Gomu no Mi in the old? Okay, this is the thing. You're just going to assume the world government doesn't know about this and they don't have the old Devil Fruit Encyclopedia. So the Vegapunk is like, yo, that doesn't exist, man. Luffy says gum gum. This is a revelation, guys. The sun god. And I understand some people feel some type of way about this because they don't like Luffy being the chosen one. I don't think it's as bad as people think. Even Robin. Robin doesn't normally have an appearance like this unless it's some major information. Guys, this is major information. I think there's a subtle movements. I think Gear 5 is tedious, but I think animators, I would assume they like animating it just because you can have fun with it. You can do whatever. And it's within the realm of possibility, So, man, it's a marvel. I love it. Literally, dog, this is one of the best episodes of all time. Just having a blast with the character. Something that Vegapunk says as well. And this is said in the manga too. But basically, hope and will, the people, what they wish for, his desires. Wait, something. Wait, hold on. In the manga, Vegapunk paints this as a theory in the manga. Let me see. Let me pay attention to see if he says that in the anime. Because in the anime, it's kind of based on what I'm seeing. It seems like it's more phrased as a fact. So that would be I think a major change. Yeah, he's not saying, hey, this is just a theory of mine. Maybe he says it later. The manifestations of people's aspirations for human evolution. See, even this phrase, I think people underestimate just the magnitude of a phrase like this, considering if One Piece does continue, the evolution is limitless based on what people want, what people crave. So I love this explanation. And you know, a lot of us theorize devil fruit tree or things like that. I don't mind this at all. Look at Rob Lucci. He's literally like a wild animal, salivating. And that's a very, very, very nice touch. Luffy pulling his head out of the way, playing around with him. And I think there's one where he was asleep. Yeah, Rob. It's this. Yo, he grabs his eyeballs. He said, "Oh, I need those." Oh my. No, Rob Lucci, yo, he is like a wild animal, a rabid animal. Oh my God. Yo, I love how that is a nice touch. Just how he's salivating and animating that. It's showing just how badly he wants to land a hit on him. And he can't. I don't mind how Haki has, it's the same thing, but it's just they add more of an aura to it, which I think is pretty cool. And they're saying basically because devil fruits are unnatural things that people wished or thrived or desired for, the punishment is Mother Nature then punishes, which is the sea. I like how Luffy uses momentum of his awakening that, listen, you can't prepare for, right? It's almost like for instance, if you're playing soccer and the goalkeeper is used to a certain level of momentum and setup for an attack, or for a shot attempt. What if this person could manipulate the ground? That momentum, that timing is now off. You have no awareness of this timing. And so now you're at a point where you're literally, right? You're literally just like trying to figure it out as you go along. And for Luffy, it's the same thing. With the momentum that he gets from using his awakening, you can't possibly time it. Which I think, shout out to Rob Lucci for fighting as long as he did. And even getting moments like this, yo, so well done. So well done. I gotta say as well, where people are using this to power scale. And I think power scaling is largely fluid. I know for power scalers, you use this on the paper or on the page or in the anime, but this right here is not a representation or a gauge of how strong their haki is at all. This doesn't tell you how strong their haki is. This doesn't tell you anything. You know why? This is simply a callback. That's all it is. This is simply a callback to a moment that we saw in the impact frame. Okay. So he does mention theory, because if he didn't say it was a theory in the anime, that would be a major change. But this tells you a little bit about Vegapunk's personality as well. He is obsessed with information. And so this information based off of a theory he created, somewhat seeing it not come true, but it being validated in some ways. This is a breakthrough for him. It's an odyssey. It's funny, right? Something subtle, something when Luffy takes off and when Lucci takes off, they have different sound effects. So that shout out to the sound design team. I know we hate them sometimes, but we don't hate them, but we just like them to upgrade and have a great sound design. I think this is a neat touch. Luffy sounds like the Looney Tunes sound. But they are taking more care in regards to Luffy and Gear 5 and the sound design. So I would just like the sound design to be just, let's take care. And I would guess like treat the entire anime with the same care in regards to sound design. Here come the Seraphim. Love it. I love that they're giving them personality, especially as Snake. I would like the green blood to be covered up though. I don't like it showing because I feel like that's going to be a way to defeat them if you just like break the green blood canister. So I would like the green blood to be somewhat covered, but I guess it's easier to explain if you can see it. This is for story purposes. He's like, yo, pick one. What you gonna do? Pick one. I just love the concept of Denden Mushis as well. I would like my own Denden. I wish you could do that. Like create your own Denden Mushi. Yeah, that's a very interesting choice. Something that I feel like gets overlooked is how strong the lasers are in One Piece. I think because we see them so often, it's just like, bro, this is just lazy. And again, Skywalk, Geppo, I would like for them to be more in the story just because of how cool they are. Cool the technique is. Rokushiki in general. Kamiye, even Rukuogan, all of it. Sensumara kind of got a cool design, I ain't gonna lie. You gotta be there. He's not thinking, Kaku. This is just, it's Geppo. but it's obviously like a higher level. Dog, he's out of his mind. He's out of his mind. Like he is. Like, you know, we talk about people triggered, man. He is triggered, dog. He is triggered. And because he can't land a hit on this thing. Look at this animation, y'all. Look at these frames. He's turning into a ball, a top. He's doing everything. Lucci's doing everything in his power. He's sliding his hand through the building. His eyes are like, his pupils are just, he's just so mad. He's trying to use the debris and throw it towards Luffy as a distraction with the smoke and then use that. Come on. Lucci's pulling out all the stops. And nothing is working. Nothing is working, guys. Look at this. Shout out to my Yuri Tanaka as well for like the voice acting for Luffy. Like, I think the problem fighting against Gear 5 is that he can use momentum with anything. And so with the momentum that he can do, like the power of his attacks, there's no real, it's hard to assess. You really can't do that right away. And so you're always going to somewhat be caught off guard and have to maneuver. And then also, with this attack, first off, what's underrated about this attack, right? Rob Lucci is blitzing him. And we saw how fast Rob Lucci is. So Luffy, with anticipation, used this attack knowing where Rob Lucci was gonna go. So this is high level ability. They make S-Hawk Snake look like paper mache from this angle. Even this is subtle. Them taking the stance to fight, giving all these characters personality. Characters that matter, at least. One of my favorite abilities, man. Rankyak. So Luffy grabs this tree, uses the momentum. Lucci feels like he sees it coming. Luffy then uses the momentum from the tree to bounce him back. You can't plan for this. Like I said, the momentum, I think that's the hardest thing with Gear 5. The momentum and how he can follow up from any angle. Now you got Lucci looking like this. I'm sure Kaku really, ever since he lost to Luffy, Lucci probably hasn't lost to anyone. And he's laughing at him. I like that too. Sensitive is so annoyed. Again, the animating of the face, really good stuff. Really good stuff. This episode is phenomenal, bro. This episode is phenomenal. I think we can't praise animators enough. I feel like when we talk about like animators, I feel like they're the teachers of how teachers are viewed in the real world. We feel like, man, teachers should be paid more because of how important they are. Everyone's like, yeah, but nothing ever happens. And animators the same way in this medium. It was like, all right, then beat me. And I like how the tone changed from when he asked the question about Punk. Tells you really cares about Vegapunk. I think something as well, this is an aside, that's going to be a lot. Actually, I'm not going to say it because it's going to be a spoiler for people that are possibly anime only. So I don't want to do that to y'all. I like how they took all the sound out of Rob Lucci's breathing. This is stealth mode. Shugan! I would have liked to see him impale, but it's fine. But it's a big brain play. You get rid of Sentomaru. Now you guys are the authority on the island. Even how he fell is done really well, bro. Rob Lucci's scars are it looks like a world government symbol. This man is, that's in his blood. He has it tatted on him. Oh, man, guys. One of my favorite episodes of all time, not gonna lie. I hope you enjoyed that breakdown. Was very, very long, but yeah, listen, we're gonna be eating an egghead. I feel like the possibilities are endless. The sky's the limit when it comes to egghead and how many things we have to look forward to. Anime onlys, we're not gonna spoil you, but just stay tuned. There's a lot of good stuff. Thank you guys so much. And next episode is going to be a recap, but every time there's a fire episode, we're going to be doing this. So appreciate you guys and peace out.